Hello everyone, welcome back all. So in today's episode, let's understand about the PSIM. So what is PSIM? PS stands for Project Systems and is a module of SAP software suite that is used to manage projects within an organization. And IM stands for Investment Management, which is a submodule of Project Systems that is used to manage investment projects including budgeting, scheduling and cost controlling. So project systems are essentially divided into two. PS can be referred to project systems and project structures. So project systems are typically discrete events with a start date and end date and a defined scope. And they are typically broken down into hierarchy of cost buckets, which is called as work breakdown structure, that is WBS, for managing and controlling costs. And it can run across fiscal years, and capital budgets are typically set into three stages. One is budgeted at first, then it gets approved at the second level, and at the third level the forecast will be done. And cost can be controlled in PS by starting from a baseline cost and recording changes as and when they occur. Finally, in SAP, project costs are incurred on the income statement, and at the month end, the capital costs are transferred to the balance sheet into asset under constructions, which we call it as AUC. This process is called as settlement. So that is with respect to the project system. And PS, with the project structure, a project can be broken into a structure of a smaller events making up a scope of a project. Structure comprises of three views. One is estimation of the project. The second one is the contract which is supposed to be placed for the project. The third one is asset to be constructed, right? So that was with respect to the PS, which is project systems and the project structure. Right. So coming to the project systems, again, with project systems, we can create and manage projects, including setting up of budgets and cost plans, tracking project costs and revenues, right? Then alternatively, we can plan and schedule project activities, including resource and capacity planning. PS or project system also helps to monitor and control our projects with various reports and analysis. It also integrates our project data with other SAP modules such as financial accounting, material management, and sales and distribution. So SAP project systems is commonly used in industries such as engineering and construction, where it can help to manage large and complex projects with many key stakeholders. It is also used in other industries such as manufacturing and professional services, where it can help to manage smaller and more focused projects. Here are some of the sub-modules of project systems. We can see one being a master data. Without master data, we cannot post any transactional data. So master data being one of the key component of project systems. Then we have planning as one activity. We have budgeting, we have commitment, we have actuals, and we have month-end and year-end activity along with the reporting in the project systems, right? So that was all about project systems. Now coming back to the investment management, in SAP project systems, we can use investment management as a submodule to create and manage investment projects. It also helps to set up and maintain budgets and cost plans and track project costs and revenues. We can also use this module to perform resource and capacity planning, as well as to generate reports and analysis to help us monitor and control our investment projects. Some of the examples of investment management or the program management are: it could be a capital program, it could be extraordinary maintenance program or a project, or it could be a R&D program, research and development program, and anything which is related to the three which I mentioned above, right? So these are some of the investment programs or the investment management, correct? So we have couple of investment strategies in the investment management or the program management. One is bottom up planning and other one is top down budgeting, right? So we can check this in detail when we get into the micro sessions of project systems, correct? So coming to the SAP investment management, once again, just to reiterate, it is a submodule of project systems that can be used to manage investment projects within an organization. It helps us to plan, budget and control investment projects, including capital expenditures, which we call it as capex, and research and development projects, right? So with the SAP investment management, we can create, manage investment projects, including setting up of budget, cost plans, and tracking the project costs and revenues. We can also perform resource and capacity planning to ensure that our investment projects are completed on time within the given budget. It also helps us to monitor and control our investment projects using various reports and analysis, including costs and revenue reports, budget reports, and performance reports, right? So some of the submodules or functionalities of investment management are similar to PS. We have master data, we have planning activity, important component of investment management. We have budgeting, we have budget distribution, we have year-end activities, and we have the reporting, right? So let's look into in detail of all these components in the upcoming micro sessions of project system. Right now, coming back to the project system and investment management, we have one cost object which is part of the project system, which we commonly call it as WBS or work breakdown structure. It is a hierarchical decomposition of a project into a smaller or more manageable component or element. Each WBS element represents a specific part of a project and can be further broken down into sub elements. So WBS is an important tool for planning, organizing, and controlling a project. It helps us to define the scope of a project, identify the work that is needed to be done, and assign the responsibility for completing the project. It also provides basis for scheduling, budgeting, and reporting on the progress of the project. In SAP PS, that is project systems, we can create and maintain WBS element using project builder or project definition transaction. We can then link WBS elements to other project objects such as activities, network, and documents to create a complete project structure. We can also use WBS to track project costs, revenues, and to generate various reports and analysis to help us monitor and control our project on timely basis, right? So this was all about the project system and the investment management and its core key components within PS and IM, right? Now coming to the business plan, we have business plan segregated into two parts. Essentially, one is program management and the other one is project management. At program management level, we have program structuring, we have program planning, we have program budgeting, and we have budget distribution for the program, right? So IM and PS will be an integral part of all this planning and budgeting activities at the program level. Coming to the project execution level or project management level, we have project initiation, we have project structuring, we have project planning, we have project approval, we have project execution, and we have project closure. So PS project systems falls part of this, that is a project management level, and IM investment management falls at the program level, right? So IM will be an integral part of program management and PS project systems will be integral part of the project management, right? So this is all about the business plan with respect to the program management and the project management, correct? Now coming to the integration of PS IM with respect to other modules. So IM is at the managerial level, investment management is a program which is done at the managerial level or at the management level, whereas PS project systems is more done at the operational level. So PS and IM are tightly integrated with asset management, material management, and finance. Here we can clearly look how once the project is created at the PS level, then planning of project is done. Once the planning of that specific project is done post creation, we push that values or planned values to the IM, that is at the program level. Then we create a capital budget for that particular program. Then we distribute the funds against that specific projects which is been dedicated for a specific program. Then we allocate budget. Then we release the project budget. Then essentially once the project is released, data flows to the material management. Then we create a PR purchase requisition, then we release the purchase requisition, then based on the purchase requisition we create a PO, then goods receipt is done. Then data flows into two-way, right? One is to the finance area and other one back to the PS area, correct? So once goods receipt is done, then we settle to AUC, that is asset under construction, which we discussed initially. What is settlement? Basically, just to reiterate, in SAP, project costs are incurred on income statement. At the month end, the capital costs are transferred to the balance sheet, that is into asset under construction. This process is called settlement, right? Now post the AUC settlement is done, project will be termed as TECO, that is technically complete. Correct? So once project is termed as technically complete, then data flows into the asset management. Then we create the asset. So once the asset is created, we load the settlement rules back in the project systems. We settle to the asset. Then likewise depreciation is also calculated in the asset management. Then once everything is complete, once the asset is fully monetized and capitalized, project will be set as closed, right? The other leg of it is once the depreciation is posted, then the asset would be set for a sale. If it could be at a loss or a profit, then we receive the respective payments from the specific debtor or the customer, right? And the other piece of leg with respect to the finance after post goods receipt is we have an invoice verification and the vendor payment. So this is a AP piece of it, and this is a AR, that is accounts receivable piece of it, and this is a accounts payable piece of it in the finance, right? So this was all about the macro view in PSIM. So in the next episode, let's look into the micro view of finance. Let's start with the enterprise structure. Until then, take care, have fun. Life without purpose is a life without direction. Thank you all.